Hello, class of 2022, and this is the time of the year, and I hope you guys are preparing yourself for your final examinations. And this is Siphesihle. I'm a tutor for business studies at Reclaim Excellence, and today I'll be discussing a paper of November 2020, and this question paper was for learners that were part of the MEO in 2019. So for our question 5 is business operations. So under our business operations, our first question is name 5 sources of internal recruitment. So before we discuss these sources of internal recruitment, we first should understand the place of recruitment. So when we talk about the internal recruitment, this is where a business recruits employees within the business. But when we talk about the external recruitment, this is where a business recruits outside the business to find a possible candidate. So let's name the 5 sources of internal recruitment. The first one is they use business newsletters, and they also use bulletins, they use notice boards, they use verbal announcement, and lastly they can also use word of mouth. So when we talk about the word of mouth, this is where we're talking about the recommendations or referrals from the existing staff members. Let's move to our second question, which is 5.2. Elaborate on the meaning of screening as part of the selection procedure. So under our screening applicants, for example, after the closing date, a list of applicants is drawn up. So all the necessary documentations received from applicants should be checked against the requirements of the job. So this is also called initial screening, whereby the candidate who meets the minimum requirements are separated to the candidate who doesn't meet the minimum requirements. So for those who didn't meet the minimum requirements or unsuccessful candidates are sometimes informed that their application was unsuccessful. However, job advertisements usually state that if an applicant is not contacted within a certain time period, or for an example, if an applicant is not contacted within 2 weeks, they should consider their application unsuccessful. Our third question is 5.3. Outline the placement procedure as an activity of the human resources function. So when we talk about the placement procedure, this is where we're talking about the process in which the new employee is placed in his or her new job. So for this statement, it is important that the business places the right person for the right job before they move to induction, also called orientation. Our fourth question, 5.4, is read the scenario below and answer the questions that follow. Impala Construction advertised a vacancy for a production manager. The successful applicant will receive a remuneration package which includes a medical aid, pension fund, and a housing allowance. The management of IC invited shortlisted candidates to attend the interview. So when talking about the fringe benefits, they are also called employee benefits. So the purpose of the fringe benefits or employee benefits is to attract, is to recruit, and to retain. When I say to retain, meaning to keep the best employees. So examples of fringe benefits are housing subsidies, wellness centers, childcare facilities, medical aid, pension fund, and so on. So let's give the 3 examples of fringe benefits offered by the Impala Construction. The first one is medical aid, the second one is pension fund, and the third one is a housing allowance. So these are the 3 examples of the fringe benefits, also called employee benefits, that was offered by the Impala Construction.